everyone, welcome to our instructional video for our paint pouring activity kit. The first thing we're going to do is make sure that we all have all of the items we need to do our paint pouring art activity. The first thing you should have is a canvas. I've got mine right here. It's propped up on a plate with a cup upside down on it. You can use just about anything to lift this up off of a flat surface so that your paint will pour down over the edges. You have metal trays in your bags. Those are better than what I'm using. I highly recommend those. You want to do your setup just about like this. Have your canvas inside the box. That will just keep everything kind of contained and make it a lot easier to clean up afterward. You have 3 colors of tempera paint powder, and you have a container of glue. Mine's in a cup, yours is in a little takeout container. And then I also have some water here, and you've got, you should have an extra cup. Make sure you have 1 empty cup to work with when everything is said and done. I'm gonna set this off to the side. All right, first thing we need to do is turn our powder into paint. Now, we need this to flow fairly easily, but we also want it to have some of the shine and, for lack of a better word, stickiness of acrylic paint so that it will adhere to our canvas easily and will flow the way we want it to. So the first thing you're gonna do is take your powder and you're gonna add water, 1 or 2 spoonfuls, and then add a spoonful of glue. Mix that up, and that should be not super thick. As you can see, that flows pretty easily off of my spoon there. It's nice and shiny. You want to stir that up so that you don't have any lumps in it. Sometimes it's made easier if you let it sit for a bit. And then same thing with your other powders, about a spoonful of water, spoonful of glue. If you make your colors into different consistencies, if you add a little more water or a little less water, a little more glue, a little less glue, they will flow differently, which sometimes creates interesting effects. So you can experiment with that all you want. Here we go, last one. I know this is riveting to watch, but it's an important step. Water and glue. Ta-da! I use different spoons to mix up each of these. You can absolutely use the same one if you've got access to a sink and you can rinse this off. I think I'm gonna add a little more water to that pinky red one. There's more powder in there than there was in the other 2, and it's a little bit thick for my liking. There we go. Much better. All right. So once those are all stirred up and the right consistency, a consistency you like and that feels good, we can start the pouring part. Now, there are a couple ways to do this. One is you can just work with these cups here and you can dump them onto your canvas. That is a perfectly acceptable way to do this, and it works very well. I am going to attempt for the, I think, 2nd time ever to do the thing where I fill a cup with paint and then flip it onto the canvas and pick it up. I'm gonna see if I can make that work. So put that in my water to rinse it off. I'm gonna start with blue. Just cover the bottom there. Pour some purple into the middle. Ooh, that looks so cool. Red into that. And then I just keep going. Purple. Blue. All right. Time for the big reveal. So you take your canvas, put it flat on top, and then flip and lift. Hopefully yours is a little bit better balanced than mine. Oh, but that looks cool. As you can see, I didn't quite stir my paint as well as I should have. There are some red clumps all over the place, and now that this is on my canvas, I can kind of tilt it if I want to, or I can let it flow like it feels like it wants to flow. And it'll drip off the edges, it'll be a big mess. That's why obviously we gave you the pans, but it starts to look really cool. Ta-da, poured paint. Then you can also do stuff like say, oh, that space is pretty empty and I want more red, or I think this corner needs some blue. And you can kind of add those and see how they react. And then once you're done playing around with it, fixing it, making it look exactly the way you want it to. That was not what I intended to do, but I like it. It looks good. Once you're done with all that, you just let it dry. It will take a while. This is a big, thick covering of paint and glue, and there's water in there. So I would leave this at least overnight, maybe for a couple of days, without moving it around too much. The more you move it around, the more it's going to kind of change and shift. If I were to do this over again, I think some changes that I would make to what I just did, in case you're interested in this as well, is you can kind of see how my paint mixed a lot. I think that's because there wasn't enough glue. I think I would want to put more glue and less water in my mix and see if that helped it not blend together quite as much. But yeah, that is our paint pouring activity kit. I hope you enjoy this. I hope you have fun. It's really messy, so feel free to take it outside or to a spot in your house where messes are a little bit less drastic. Have so much fun with this. Play with the colors, play with the consistency, everything you want. And I will see you guys next time. And I hope that by then, this is dry. Talk to you later. Bye.